Okay, Ka Shalom Akim, Ka Halal Imla, Yahab Bashim, Yashab Bashim Ka Kodash, and double honors to the great and apostles. Thought Yashab for the strength in order to make this video as well. And Shalom to you guys too. It's the brother Ratazar Racha Khalawaya. Ratazar meaning will or willing, in terms of Yahweh's will. And of course, Racha meaning spirit. And Halawaya meaning praise Yahweh. And of course, for you new brothers as well, whenever they may be watching, Kal Halalim La meaning all praises to. Kal means all. Halalim means praises. Halal means praise singular. And then La means to. So Kal Halalim La mean all praises to. And when we say Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh, we're saying Yahweh in the name of Yahweh. So Yahweh, of course, being the name of the Most High, and Yahweh being the name of the Messiah as well. He's going to deliver Israel, and more specifically, the remnant, the elect of Israel, that are mentioned in the 1/3. Well, Revelation 14, verse 1, about the 144,000, who are the ruling class of the 1/3, as well as the rest of the 1/3 as well, which are like women and children as well, and maybe the 11th hour Israelites that come in the latter end of Esau's kingdom, just before Yahushua comes back, which are mentioned within the 1/3 mentioned within Zechariah 13 verse 8. So that's a brief introduction into why we say also Ka Halalim La, because we're sending praises onto Yahweh and Yahushua, because through Yahushua our mediator, that's how we also get to Yahweh. Because being in this unclean flesh, the thing is we need Yahushua to also be a link for us in order to send our prayers up to the Most High, man. Which really we're praying to Yahushua. That's the thing. That's what we're doing, because we need it. He's the mediator, as I said. So anyways, the topic for today is it's not oh yeah, it is light affliction. The light affliction that we're going through right now is going to be as a dream. The scriptures also mention something like that in Psalms 126. I'll get it right now, because when I'm not sure. Actually, I am sure. Let's say on a minor scale, let's say a person who's gone through suffering and some trauma, then they enter a period of their life where they gain some success. They also gain some all heaps of joy, man. Going into activities with their family and whatnot. They just have a whole heap of blessings upon them. After that phase of trauma. This is on a minor scale, by the way. Minor scale meaning on a small perspective. So on a minor scale, let's say a person goes through trauma, then the Most High flips their life around and then gives them their blessings, man, to gain that joy. The thing is, when they're in those blessings, it's easier for them to then forget about those traumas, man, because the blessings brings in that heap of joy. Now imagine on a more macro scale, which is like an even larger scale, where as we're suffering right now, going through our afflictions, different things that Akim are going through too, and also during Jacob's trouble, whatever we're gonna be destined to go through, which is all testing as well, to keep up our faith in Yahweh Yahushua, man, to reprove us and obviously refine us too, is all part of that refinement of fire. Zechariah 13 verse 9, pertaining to the 1/3 being refined as silver. So even with all this affliction that we're going through, we know that in the latter end, we're going to be able to benefit heaps of joy. It's probably even an understatement to what we're going to be able to perceive in the kingdom. Because let's actually try and list it out. Well, I'm not going to list out everything, but the ones that are clear. First of all, spiritual power. Well, actually, first of all, really getting into the kingdom, the privilege that Yahushua has given us to get into the kingdom, and to be the first ones to start off the kingdom. That in itself is something. Then second of all, you then talk about the spiritual power and the authority that Yahweh is going to give us as well in the kingdom. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth by the sword will be killed with the sword. So of course, Esau Edom, our main man, our main enemy, we're going to deal with him in the kingdom. So that's also going to be another joy in itself. 3 as well, we're going to have the heathens as well under us. You can get into Leviticus 25, about verse 44 to 46, about us owning the heathens as well, the strangers serving us. So that's another thing too. And not just that as well, exploration, man. We're talking about planets here. In my father's mansion, in my father's hold up. I know I got it. I know I got it in my head. In my father's place are many mansions, something like that. But the point is, it's in John, and of course, that's talking about the planets. But those mansions are representative of the planets. So of course, that's like the fourth reward right there. The thing is, the amount of blessings that Yahweh Shem Yashai is going to bless the elect for enduring and entering into His kingdom, of course, it's going to be innumerable. Because remember, it's an everlasting kingdom. We're not going to get bored. There's going to be new things of which Yahweh shall then show unto us, and then new activities to do as well. You know, it's not just going to be. Look, the point is, scriptures talk about this place, Esau's kingdom, not being our rest. So, if this ain't our rest, we're surely gonna get our rest. Surely, we're gonna get our rest. Of course, Yahweh Shem Yashai Ratazah, which means Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, willing that we also persevere to the end in order to reap those benefits, man. You know, so yeah, the point is the rewards, man. Just meditating upon that alone, the heaps of joy that I was just gonna be flourishing and flourishing and flourishing and flourishing and flourishing. You know, day by day, you'll be waking up smiling. You know, sun gleaming through your palace. So of course, man, okay, we're gonna have the custom setups as well in the planets, how they want the weather to be like. Because as I said, spiritual power is gonna be there. The reason why I'm just talking right now is just to help you brothers visualize how the kingdom would be, because of course in the post camp meeting as well for the last camp that I did with the brothers as well, the things we talked about positive thinking, that's what we ended off with. Positive mental attitude, which one of the brothers also mentioned too. So really, as we also meditate upon the kingdom as well, it does help to bring a smile upon our faces, because we're also visualizing ourselves in that position. But of course, we know that we have the works to focus on right now. Although yes, we are working, but it also doesn't hurt to actually visualize how it would be like in the kingdom. Yahushua did talk about meditating upon positive things as well in the scriptures. But let me read this out. Let me read this out right now. So Psalms 126. You always gotta remember, man. When you start meditating upon the kingdom as well, it will help you to also raise your faith up, man. When you envision that end goal, it helps you to continue working, to keep enduring. Right, because we're gonna need to keep these meditations strong, man. Keep the meditation. In fact, let me read this quickly before I get the other precept I was trying to get. Psalms 119:4. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precepts diligently. So of course, the precepts, which are the scriptures within the scriptures, that's pretty much what they are. Line upon line, the lines that you do read, the verses that you read, those are the precepts, man. And diligently means to do it with careful and persistent, which is ongoing effort. Onto the end, onto the point where Yahushua then saves us. That's the point. Because at that point, when Yahushua saves us, all the scripture, all the law of which Israel is supposed to follow is going to be ingrained within our minds. It's going to be as first nature. The way first nature is where you blink. Second nature is really something that you practice so much to the point where it's already ingrained. In these fleshly bodies, that would require second nature. But the laws in the kingdom, in those new bodies, 1 Corinthians 15 verse 40 onwards, about the new bodies, the laws are going to be as first nature, which is basically automatic. It's unconscious. You don't have to think about it. As you blink, as you breathe. When you breathe, the thing is, when you're thinking about something, deeply, and then you realize, oh damn, I'm actually breathing. That realization, prior to that realization, your body was still breathing anyways as you were thinking. That's the way the laws are going to be, automatic. I think there's a word for it as well. But yeah, automatic, that's the point, man. That's the point. Fluidly, you're just going to know the law like this. Quick fire right there. Alright, let's see. I was gonna get wait, hold on. This is Psalms 126, verse 1. when the Lord Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. It says in verse 2, then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing, and said, they among the heathen, the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, hath done great things for them. Wait, hold on. Then it says, among the heathen, the Lord hath great things for them. Wait, hold on. Saying then said among the heathen. Okay, calm. I had to read that a few more times because I didn't really understand. But what it's saying here, let me read it again. Psalms 126 verse 1, when the Lord Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. So the point, pertaining to the point that I first made during the beginning minutes of the video, is that the thing is, the afflictions that we're going through, when we then transition into the phase of rest and joy, and pleasure, and that time when we can actually go through it as well and enjoy it ourselves, the thing is, the past trauma and afflictions will then, they'll mellow down, man. We'll just gradually start to, of course, we'll remember, we'll have spiritual bodies where memory is going to be like you can't forget nothing. That's the point. Like, our memories will be highly ultra optimized, which means, let's say you could just look at something or an event that happens and you're just going to remember it. Or even if there's a certain thing that you want to remember, it will come to you instantly like that. Not like in this body where it's like, okay, you got to take a few seconds to see, okay, let me look at something, like read a book or something, to trigger my memory for something. Or you won't need a trigger for your memory. That's the point. You'll just be recalling it like that. So because of that alone, when you go through, and I mentioned that because we will still remember what we went through in the kingdom, which will be part of the wisdom, or which we'll use, of course, Yahweh Shima Sharatazah we endure as we become judges in the kingdom. Because don't think that the experiences we use, we're in authority, but it's also for our learning as well. That's why it says everything within the scriptures is written for our learning. And a portion of our experiences of which we have on this side, we'll be able to use it to judge the heathens who go through similar experiences. Because remember, they will also be judged as well. Esau Edom, of course, he's going to be wiped out eventually after he served his time period in order to serve us. But the rest of the nations, when we then send them off into their land, they're going to, still go off because they're in fleshly bodies. And because of the fact that we've been in fleshly bodies, we will understand how it is for them, for them to go through what they're going to go through. Hence why that's going to be the wisdom for us, part of the wisdom for us when judging the nations, man. So that's what there's a reasoning behind why we're going through this. There's a reasoning, and that's just one portion of it, man. When in the kingdom as well, more things will be revealed, and we'll know how to set things more in order according to the will of Yahweh. Yahweh Shai will teach us. So, and really Yahweh Shai is teaching us right now with the scriptures too. That's the level of spiritual power as well. But of course, there's levels. There's gonna keep upgrading. There's levels. Anyways, so that's 120. So that's Psalms 126 and 1. It will be as them. And read it again. When the Lord Yahweh turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. So of course, after that captivity and the afflictions that Israel has gone through, the point is specifically for the elect. When they then get into the kingdom, it will be like we just woke up from a dream. That's what that literally means. It will be as though you woke up from a dream. For example, when you're going through something, you've had like a scary dream or something, and also compare that scary dream, a nightmare, to when you wake up to reality, which is far more joyous and cheerful for you, which is what the Yahushua's kingdom will be. Now verse 2, so imagine that, waking up from a dream, that effect, but is going from Esau's kingdom, suffering in Esau's kingdom, to being highly joyful in Yahushua's kingdom, starting from the point of salvation as well. From there, you're gonna feel it, man. Yaratazar, we endure to the end. We're gonna feel it. We're gonna feel it in those new bodies. That's what I was trying to say. So this is Psalms 126 verse 2. Then was our mouth filled with laughter. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. When a person laughs and sings, they're in that state of joy. They're in that state of joy, man. I'm just giving a giggle because I know a lot of Akim are going to be laughing a lot, especially when giving afflictions to the heathens, man. Those minor things like the sounds they make when you start flogging them. But when the time comes, man. So, and our tongue was singing, and then said they among the heathen, the Lord Yahweh hath done great things for them. So the heathens will know that Yahweh Bashim Yashai is rooting for us. It said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai hath done great things for them. So we gotta believe this, man. We gotta believe this, that as soon as we endure, as we meditate upon the kingdom, which is supposed to help us, keep going and endure, we know that our labors are not in vain. Not like it says in Ecclesiastes, I think either 2, Ecclesiastes 2 about, probably 2 verse 11 or 2 verse 17 about the labors of this world being vain and causing vexation of spirit. That the thing is, what we're laboring for right now, us making the videos, of course, going outside to camp, keeping the brotherhood ready as well, all of that, the features mentioned in 2 Peter 1, about diligence, virtue, and all of those listed there. But the point is, and also the fruits of the Spirit too, as we then go through all of this as well, we know that our works are not unprofitable or corruptible, just as those who work in order to get a corruptible crown. You all can sure understand what I'm trying to say. The point is, our works that we're doing right now are not worthless. This is the only investments of which will grow as we keep working. And we know in the time of Jacob's trouble, as Yahweh Bashim Yashai said, that we shouldn't fear whatever's done unto us. We shouldn't fear at all. So, Revelation 2 verse 10, we're going to get that. And also Isaiah 41 as well. We shouldn't fear these things because we know, first of all, we got Yahweh, Yahushua, the ultimate two beings backing us. So that in itself, that realization in itself should be enough to realize, okay, cool. Anything that the heathens will do upon me is really nothing. That's the point. It's really nothing. I know, Paul talks about, let me actually bring out these precepts as well, Salaki, because I know I'm mentioning them. For new brothers as well, you can type them up, the ones that I do mention but don't read out, or you can type them up. Right, let me actually get Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach. For brothers who don't know that, Sirach is just another name for Ecclesiasticus. Alright, so Ecclesiasticus 2, verse 1 to 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Different things. Temptation was typically, let me just search the definition just for clarity's sake. But temptation is really just something of which can be used to leverage one's desires in order to take another path from what they're originally supposed to go through. So it's like a way to divert someone from their original path. That's what a temptation is. So let me search the definition of temptation. Or I could get the blue letter and then get that there. Actually, Salaka, I just realized it's the Apocrypha, so that they won't have it. Let me just search the definition of temptation. Of course, if I need to do another part, because I'm looking at the time right now. But anyway, so definition of temptation. Definition of temptation. So it said the desire to do something, especially something wrong or unwise. The thing that attracts or tempts someone. So of course, as I said, man, temptations are typically things that try to sway you from the original path. Temptations are try to sway you to take another direction. That's what they are. So just know that anything of which tries to sway you from the truth, from being fruitful in these works, typically they are a hindrance unto you, man. Those are temptations. Now it says here, prepare if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, prepare thy soul for temptation. And one way you can prepare as well is meditating upon the precepts. When you meditate upon it, well, you read them, you study them, and of course, when you think about them, which what meditate means, when you meditate upon the precepts, then the things naturally so over time, you come into the Most High will put you into situations where you can then apply those precepts too. It will start small. For example, you may have a family, you may be living with your family, and also they're preparing bacon, and then they say, do you want to eat some bacon? Then that'll be your first test right there, man. That's your first temptation. If you're previously, I'm talking about the new brothers in this truth, for brothers of whom remember when they first came in and then you had to encounter the bacon, which remember, I made a video on that as well based on the detestable meats. I think I named it Matthew 15 and 11. Anyways, you can watch that later for you new brothers. But the point is that, oh damn, I lost my train of thought. Let me read the precept again. So Ecclesiasticus 2:1. Prepare thy soul, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Hashem, shall prepare thy soul for temptation. Okay, cool. Now remember, the first test being bacon, that could be something which the Most High will put you in a position to be like, okay, are you gonna eat it or not, despite you knowing what you know. So that's why I said you got to meditate upon the precepts diligently. So in that case, where there's bacon, your family creates prepares bacon, then you're there. You tell him no, of course, because you've been meditating on the fact that, oh, okay, swine, that's a detestable meat. I can't be eating that. Ham, flipping bacon, and all those things that pertain to the swine and pork, I can't eat it. So that's your mind because you've been thinking about the precepts. So because of the fact that you thought about the precepts, then you say no, to whoever's cooking that bacon, then yeah, you pretty much pass the test right there. And then of course, the Most High will also bring different tests every now and then, for you to apply what you've studied to. So of course, the scriptures also talk about He won't tempt you above your measure. So roughly paraphrasing that scripture. So it means pertaining to your capacity, that's what Yahweh Hashem Yahshua will use, to test you. That's the point. So it says here, set thy heart aright, Ecclesiastes 2:2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Make not haste in time of trouble. And also to prepare thyself for temptation, another tool that can be used, two tools, prayer and fasting, man. Prayer and fasting. So verse 2, set thy heart aright. Thy heart is referring to the mind. Set it right. Make sure you straighten up your head, which means obviously make sure your mind's in order. And you got the basically, as you meditate upon the precepts and also meditate upon Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, and of course things pertaining to the scriptures, your mind is already going to be put in order, man. The Most High is going to be, keep your mind stable. So, and constantly, it's ongoing, man. Constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. And make not haste in the time of trouble means don't make any quick movements that's going to make you unstable and fall. Stay steadfast in Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, in the faith towards Yahweh Yahushua. So yeah, let me check how long this one's going. I'm gonna do a part 2. Yaratazar can do. Anyway, so Shalom, Yaratazar, you're edified. I'm gonna do a part 2, and I'm gonna continue on the topic which I named the light affliction will be as a dream. But yeah, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Bashir HaKodash, and double honors to the greatest of the apostles, and Thadi Yahshua for the strength in order to make this video as well. It's been a brother, Ratazar Racha, Halal Waya. Willing spirit, praise Yahweh. So yeah, Shalom. And double honors to the greatest of the apostles as well. Shalom.